Yo! Welcome back to the channel. So this video is our bracket, our shootout for Christopher Nolan films in honor of The Odyssey that is dropping this month. That's what we're doing. I hope that you have an idea of which one you want to see all the way in the finals and perhaps even the victor. And if you do, please put it in the comments below. I hope you have a snack, maybe a nice bevy, a beverage of choice. But either way, sit back, get comfy, and enjoy the bracket. Now, we will fly through this pretty quickly because as you can see, it is a smaller bracket. There's only 12 films total, and they come in the bracket in alphabetical order. So we might have some really wild matchups in round two. Round one is the theory. Round two, the experiment. The semifinals is the Trinity. And the finals is the chain reaction. Now, if you know Nolan movies, you know what that's about, and I feel pretty proud of that. Okay, we have started with round one, stage one. We've got Following, the directorial debut from Christopher Nolan from 1998 with a 7.4 out of 10. Exclamation one to vote for this guy. Going against Memento from 2000 with a score of, which is not actually true. I don't know where the score is, but I'm sure it's in the sevens. I don't think he's got a movie below a 7.0 on IMDb, and that honestly makes sense to me because he's my favorite director. 75% of the vote. Ooh, that means that we got some votes for Following. That's what's up right there. 75% of the votes going for Memento and moving it on. Now, we will not switch back and forth every single round, but now you will see that the bracket will fill out live time, but I don't always have to switch back over here. This is just in case you don't know how these work. That's how it works. We got Insomnia from 2002 with a 7.2 out of 10. I told you we're not going below a 7.0 on these films. Against Batman Begins from 2005 with an 8.2 out of 10. Now, I'm pretty sure this is going to be an ass whooping. However, Insomnia is a really good movie. If you like cat and mouse chase detective sort of things, you will love this. Just a heads up, if we have a tie, I will break the tie with my own vote. I am not voting in this, but if there's a tie, I will be the tiebreaker, because you know what? It's my show. That's how we do it. Poll ended. We have a winner, Batman, with 75% of the votes. Let's go. Somebody is out there rooting for the little guy, and I absolutely love it. We're moving Batman forward. Boom. Here it goes. Now we've got the next one. We've got The Prestige from 2006 with an 8.5 out of 10. Going against The Dark Knight, golly, from 2008 with a 9.1 out of 10. I feel like this might also go very heavily handed, but both of these are amazing. If you don't know what these movies are, I will explain. This right here is a movie about magic. There are two people. You can see Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman that are magicians. They are friends, then they become enemies, and they want to be the best. And this is about the story of what they will do to become the best. That's all I can say, but it's really, really good. There's a lot of twists in it. There's some turns. There's some craziness. It's really good. And then, of course, we've got The Dark Knight, the second of the trilogy for Batman that Nolan did, which I would say is the definitive superhero trilogy. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, we got the poll ending with 75% of the votes going for The Dark Knight. Let me mark that down and keep on cruising. Here we go. Now we're getting into it. We've got exclamation one for Inception, 2010 with an 8.8 out of 10. Are you seeing a pattern with these scores? Nolan doesn't miss. I'm just saying. Going against The Dark Knight Rises from 2012 with an 8.4 out of 10. Are you going Batman or are you going Mindbender? I don't think there's another superhero trilogy that can hold the candle to what they accomplished in these films. Poll ended with Inception coming in with 100% of the votes. That is actually kind of wild. I thought for sure somebody was gonna say Dark Knight Rises. Now, I will say that I remember when this came out, I watched it and I was like, that was not that good. It was coming up off the heels of The Dark Knight and it had a lot to prove. And it kind of fell a little short, but I recently, and by recently I'd say within the last, 5 years, went back and rewatched it for the first time in quite a while, probably since it had come out, and it knocked my socks off. It was crazy. The opening scene is awesome. The things that they did in that film, it stands on its own. I also remember the Batman Begins being kind of like, yeah, it was okay, it was pretty good, whatever. And I went through and I watched the whole trilogy, and let me tell you, this entire trilogy absolutely cooks. Every single one of them stands on their own, and then they just prop each other up so much better when it comes to the trilogy. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay, all right, here we go. Okay, so that finishes up round one. You can see the standings right here. And now we're gonna have some movies coming back around that we've seen in the past going up against new ones. Are we gonna see those movies fade out, or will they have the ability to stand? Let's find out. We got Interstellar from 2014 with an 8.7 out of 10 going against Memento from 2000, 8.4 out of 10. We have an 8.7 going against an 8.4 out of 10. These are all peak right there. Interstellar is literally one of my favorite movies of all time. I know, it's amazing. The score is incredible. The acting is incredible. The time bendiness of it is incredible. The special effects of it is incredible. I mean, everything about it is incredible. It's absolutely amazing. Interstellar is so good. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Now, I'm expecting Interstellar to take it on this round and that Memento will not be seen again. But let me tell you, if you haven't seen it, please make sure you see it again for the first time. All right, here we go. We got a winner with 60% of the votes. Interstellar is moving on. Ooh, it looks like this is maybe the first time where it wasn't as cut and dry as we might have thought it was, but we do love to see the competition. We got Dunkirk showing up for the first time with a 7.8 out of 10 from 2017, and that ticking just goes through the whole movie. You know what I'm talking about. Going against Batman Begins from 2005 with an 8.2 out of 10. The scores are leaning this way. Are you leaning this way or this way? I don't know. Which one are you coming out as the winner? Which one are you putting in the winner seat? With 75% of the votes, we've got Batman Begins moving forward. Oh my God. Here we go. We've got Tenet from 2020. If you remember the 2020 buzz, the COVID buzz, with Tenet coming back and bringing the movie theaters back with a 7.3 out of 10. Going against The Dark Knight from 2008 with a 9.1 out of 10. I think that this has got to be the winner, right? The Dark Knight's got to clinch this one. However, Tenet will mind bend and fuck the shit out of your head. I will tell you that right now. So much so that the actors, Robert Pattinson, actually on set was like, I don't know what is going on. Just tell me what to do and what to say, because I don't understand it. Like, the people that were making the movie didn't even understand the movie they were making. It's that much of a crazy mind bend. And for myself, the first time I watched it, I was like, I think I almost get it. And that's kind of a cool place to be when you're watching a movie. I know it sounds wild, but you know. The poll ended. We've got 100% of the votes going for The Dark Knight. Tenet, I'm sorry, you are not going to be advancing. That's okay though, because you're still a great movie, okay? Don't let anybody take it away from you. You got this. Exclamation one if you're voting Oppenheimer from 2023. The Barbenheimer Summer, 8.2 out of 10. Going against Inception, 8.8 out of 10. Oh my God. Okay, if I'm thinking which movie was I like the most hyped about and which movie was like the most impactive in my person, I'm going with Oppenheimer. I had a visceral breakdown after watching this movie. But Inception was like a cultural phenomenon, and everybody started saying "ception" because of this movie. Like, people would be like, oh, it's controllerception. Oh, it's phoneception. Like, everything became ception because of Inception. So you can't really deny the power that Inception had. Or still has, potentially, I don't know. Shout out Barbenheimer Summer, what a vibe, 100%, 100%. Speaking of 100%, the poll has ended, but it wasn't a 100%, I don't know what that was. Okay, the poll has ended with Inception coming in and eking it out with 60% of the votes. Holy shit! Inception is moving forward. That ends round 2. We have ended the experiment, and we are moving into the Trinity. You can see right here, of these, which do you think is going to be the one that takes it all? We've only got 4 movies left. Interstellar, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and Inception. Which of these 4 do you want to see? And if yours is already booted out, which one did you want to see? All right, semifinals is where we're at. The Trinity, let's get into this. Things are going to get a little intense, I feel. We've got Interstellar, again, from 2014 with an 8.7 out of 10, going against Batman Begins from 2005 with an 8.2 out of 10. Which of these is gonna take the cake? I feel like if it's not Interstellar, I'm gonna be surprised, but I'm not necessarily telling you that's the one I think should win. I'm just telling you what I think is gonna come out of here. So you let me know, which one is it? 80% of the votes coming in. Interstellar is moving on. Here we go. Oh, shit. I apologize right now. This is probably the hardest stage that we've had the entire bracket. In my personal opinion, this is the hardest one. We've got The Dark Knight, exclamation one, 9.1 out of 10, 2008, going against Inception, 8.8 out of 10 from 2010. 2 years apart. The scores are only 0.3 tenths apart. This is a big one. This is a really big one right here. I'm a little scared. If I had to guess, I think The Dark Knight's taking it. And the reason is this is a bigger cultural thing. The poll ended. We got The Dark Knight coming in as the winner with 66.7% of the votes. I told you this was going to be a tough one. I knew it wasn't going to be an even split. I knew it wasn't going to be something that was going to be easy. But here we go. We are marking it, and we are moving ourselves forward. We are into the finals. The semifinals have been closed. We are now in the finals. The chain reaction. This one says, which is the definitive best Nolan film? Will this be the first one you put on if you haven't seen any? Will this be the one you recommend to people? I don't know. We're going to have to find out which one of them is the choice. The moment we've all been waiting for. I'm switching over and starting the poll. Here we go. Which one of these is going to take it all the way? Pause the video, put it in the comments, let me know before the outcome of this so that you can say you had it first, that you knew the outcome before the outcome came. All right, here we go. We got Interstellar with an 8.7 out of 10 going against The Dark Knight with a 9.1 out of 10. Now, if my math is right, that's only 0.4 tenths apart from each other. But which one of these comes out on top? Is it the space time bending, every tick is a single day back on Earth? Or is it the absolute amazement that has you hooked from scene one, shot entirely in IMAX cameras? First movie to ever do that, by the way. Which one of these is doing it? Oh my God, Interstellar, you are no more. We've got us a winner. We've got The Dark Knight coming in as the victor. We got to get a celebration on the screen right there. Let's go. This is how it's supposed to be. Oh my God, let's absolutely go crazy. We got to get some serious applause going for The Dark Knight. Come on, where'd my celebration go? Heath Ledger taking it all the way. We love to see it. Absolutely phenomenal bracket right there. And you know what? Honestly, if somebody said, I've never seen a Nolan movie, which one would you recommend? Do you recommend The Dark Knight? You could. I think they'd get hooked right away. I'm just saying. Here is the entirety of the poll. Now that it has completed, we now know The Dark Knight is the definitive Christopher Nolan movie. If your movie did not win, which movie do you think should have been the winner? Put it in the comments, and until the next one,